one thing that I'd really miss if I joined a Swiss watch brand as a watch designer, a traditional Swiss watch brand I mean, and that is fun. And that was probably what was in the LV head watchmaker's mind when he joined Louis Vuitton. This is a man who invented the first tourbillon for a wristwatch at Audemars Piguet. This is a man who worked for 2 decades at Patek Philippe as a head of complications. And this is a man who was chosen by Gerald Gente himself to be the head of complications for his own brand. What was he looking for next in his career? He described it in GQ like this. He said, the traditional watch brands wish they could have as much fun as I'm having. But when I say fun, I don't mean fun in a small price tag way. I mean fun in the sense that these skis are fun. Skiing is fun in itself, but these skis maybe take it to another level. Playing pool is really fun. I love playing pool. I never even thought of a leather-clad Louis Vuitton pool cue. So Louis Vuitton have fun with pool, they have fun with skiing, in exactly the same way as they have fun with watchmaking, which is, yeah, it's up here. So if I'm doing my job today, you're getting this strange feeling that you might finally be starting to understand Louis Vuitton watchmaking and what it's for. So I suggest you settle in because we have some great examples of fun. And I'm going to join you for it. Enjoy the show. Louis Vuitton's high-end watches are simply insane up close. Make no mistake, these fun quote-unquote watches are the brainchildren of Michel Navas, and each of them are deadly serious pieces of horological art. These watches dominate the rarefied world of animated watches. Little mechanical tricks that only the most delicate, complex, high-end mechanical watches can pull off that will leave you with eyebrows properly raised. So firstly, this year's highlight piece, the Tambour Opera Automata, which takes inspiration from an ancient Chinese dramatic art that is part of the Sichuan opera, the tradition of the art of changing masks. When the latch at 2 o'clock is pushed, the engraved pink gold dragon's head craned over the top of the mask, between the eyes there, rises to reveal the jumping hours inscribed on the forehead. The dragon's tail, which has a ruby embedded in it, curls around under the chin and it stirs to life once activated and indicates with its tail the retrograde minutes. The push button of the automaton that depicts a dragon's head is another stunning piece of engraving with insane detail, just like the snake from the Tambour Carpe Diem. Now, the winding crown has an enamel fan cabochon, and all of these elements are entirely handmade. Now let's get to my favorite bit, which is the mask. This mask has 5 expressions, which includes frowning eyebrows, a winking left eye, and the pupil of the mask's left eye, or right eye from where you're sitting, retracting to reveal a pointed Louis Vuitton monogram flower. Now, running the gamut of joy to sadness through the movement of its chin, the mask appears genuinely tortured, which is where I connect with it. And it shows all the emotions, just like the mask used during the Sichuan opera. The final dial element is the power reserve indicator, which is placed to the left of the mask. On the Tambour Carpe Diem watch, it is shaped like an hourglass, but here it is shaped like a bottle gourd, or what I've learned is a calabash fruit. The Tambour Opera Automata is 46.8 millimeters wide in polished 18 karat pink gold with a case thickness of 14.4 millimeters and 30 meters of water resistance. How does that go for fit and feel and wearability? Pretty amazingly well, considering that we have 400 components. Many watches that are this complicated are simply unwearable. However, at 14.4 and just under 47, we're talking about a watch that has equivalently wearable watches that have distinctly other purposes, sports watches, dive watches. So this is definitely created with a view to being worn. The Tambour Opera Automata is priced at $460,000 US, and while not limited in numbers, it's limited in production. Okay, meet the Tambour Slim Vivienne Jumping Hours collection. Now we're holding the casino model with a dial made of a rarely seen green mineral called skarn here in our hands. The granular texture of this decorative stone reminds me of the felt on a typical card table, and the 18-karat yellow gold case set with green and red gemstones in what look like to be casino chips recreates the glitzy vibe of a casino floor very, very well. But how does it work, I hear you ask? As the ace card minute hand works its way around the dial on its transparent strut, keep your eyes on the card to the far left and far right of the table. When the hour jumps and the minute hand passes 12, you will see a numeral in one aperture and a playing card indicating that number in the other. Now the really cool thing is that their position on the table instantaneously switches each hour, alternating where the number is and where the playing card is. It's a little design detail that is sure to surprise and delight, as it did me. Well, there you have it. This is all proof to me of a god-tier watchmaker having the time of his absolute life on his own terms. Bravo, Michel Navas, and bravo, Louis Vuitton.